What is up, everybody? And thank you for joining us for another SEC to NBA draft profile. We are super excited about this one, or I am super excited about this one. The one and only Arkansas's Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh, a freshman guard from Arkansas, had a season not very many people expected. I think, some people had some higher expectations from him, but in his NBA Combine invite, he definitely showed off and showed the people what he's made of. So I think based off of that, we are going to see his draft stock rise significantly, and I hope that we see Mr. Jordan Walsh go, early to mid-second round. A little bit about Jordan, obviously freshman at University of Arkansas, 6'7", an absolutely massive wingspan, 205 pounds, averaged 7.1 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, 0.9 assists, and had a field goal percentage of 43.3. Now, with Jordan Walsh, as I said, not very many people believe he lived up to his expectations. And I, myself wonder if it's just a transitionary period from high school to college, getting used to the lay of the land. But there were some great things that Jordan did in his season at Arkansas. So some of the pros I think will definitely help his draft stock. We're looking at major opportunities for second chance points. With that ginormous wingspan, this guy can get up there, get rebounds, just peel him off the glass before anybody else has a chance. So that is a fantastic attribute that I think is going to translate well into the NBA. And once he gets in there with his defensiveness and physicality, those second chance points are just going to be falling his way. As I kind of mentioned there at the end, he is a super active defender. We see Jordan Walsh. Doesn't matter who's in front of him, he's going to body him up. If it's a little man, if it's a big man, he's taking down their name and their number, and he's taking them out. We saw that, kind of in the Auburn game against Jalen Williams. That was a big one that people didn't think he was going to be able to keep up with, but he was the best defender on the floor against that man when he had an outstanding game. Speaking a little bit more to the offensive side, because as I've mentioned, he is an absolutely fantastic defender. He is a non-stat powerhouse when we get on the offensive side. We see Jordan Walsh set up screens, set plays for other people to get points. Some of the things that you may not look at when you're checking out the stat sheet or may not be recorded, but he is somebody who's going to make a play and be able to get your team in the box, get a score on the board. Now, moving on to some of the things that we noticed definitely need some work, but I think Jordan's definitely been working on it, so who knows, this may be history by the time whoever's watching this watches the video. But one of the big things that we saw throughout the year was Jordan Walsh's shooting confidence just isn't very high. We saw many interviews where Coach Musselman basically just told him, dude, you can shoot, take the shot. And, he's worked on that throughout the year. We saw it get a little bit better towards the end. And then definitely in the NBA Combine, we saw him shoot lights out in some of those scrimmages. So I think that's kind of getting a little bit better, but from my end, I think he could still work on it, especially when you start getting into the realms of the NBA. Now, we mentioned his massive wingspan before. Unfortunately, those things come with a lot of foul issues. We look at Jordan and notice, even though he may not even look close to a guy, those long arms get him in trouble. So that's definitely something that he'll have to work on, especially the way the NBA has kind of started leaning towards a less physical game, as some people may say. But it's something, it's a big red flag when it comes to scouting is there were a lot of games Jordan was either towing the line to being out for foul issues or did get called out for foul issues. And then some of those games he came up off the bench. So, not many minutes translating to a lot of fouls is not a good sign on your part. So it's definitely something we'll need to see Jordan work on as he gets into the NBA. Taking a look at some of these things, I think Jordan is an absolutely fantastic contender for the NBA. I think we're going to see him develop and we're going to see a superstar down the road. But Jordan, just overall great kid. And I think he's going to go far. I think, as I said before, I hope that we see him early second round, but early mid-second round is where I predict he'll go in the draft, but I think we will see big things from him down the line. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you like this video, like any of our other videos, be sure to like and subscribe. Go back and watch the other ones. If this is the first one you're seeing, we've had several profiles already. Noah Clowney, obviously Brandon Miller is going to be big in this draft. If you haven't looked at that one, make sure and go check it out. David did a fantastic job, as well as Anthony Black. If you're an Arkansas fan, we've got Anthony Nick Smith Jr. Just make sure and go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.